Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Hey y'all, I'm Meredith and welcome to my channel. So this is my wedding day look. I cannot believe that I'm sitting here recreating my wedding day. It was such a work in progress. It was such a long time coming. To be here right now, like 3 weeks later, saying this is what I did, I just can't even believe. There was so much planning and work that went into it from my family, from my husband's family, with us, our vendors, everyone that helped. I can't say thank you enough. It was the most beautiful day ever. Just to be here today and say, hey, this is what I did. This is what I look like on my wedding day. I just can't even believe it. It flew by. Take it in, take your time, enjoy it, because it really does fly. But yeah, if you want to see how I achieved this look, just keep on watching. I feel like a cheater because I have done bridal makeup so many times that I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do going into it. So first I'm going to take this scrunchie on my very wet hair. I use a scrunchie lately. I'm kind of glad they're coming back because they don't really leave a crease if I just do it like loose kind of in the back, and I'll just kind of pull my hair back. What I did on my wedding day actually is something I don't normally do in every day, but I've seen a lot of people on YouTube actually do this, so it's a familiar little technique that people use. Is I took Scotch tape and I went ahead and did my eyes first. I really recommend this on your wedding day because if you mess up your eyes, you can go back and fix it and take it off. If you're doing your makeup yourself, personally, I kind of like to do eyes first on brides so that they get a feel for like if they like it or not. Okay, so I'm just gonna angle this outward. It's gonna catch any fallout. I wanted something natural on my wedding day, something that was like glam but not crazy, no crazy colors. I went completely neutral. I did deepen my crease a lot because I wanted that to be really dramatic. I used a couple of different palettes. I kind of mixed. I mean, really most neutral palettes will have the colors that I'm working with today, so it shouldn't be too hard to make this up even with like a generic brand. So I'm gonna actually go in first with my Tarte Shape Tape in the color Light. Do my eyes, prime those suckers, yeah. Personally, I don't really find eyeshadow primers to be like a necessary tool because of concealer. Like really, it's kind of the same in my experience. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this Kylie Cosmetics kind of like fluffy brush first. I mean, do I look absolutely insane with this tape on me? So I'm gonna go in with, well, I don't know, these two colors, which are on the back, but I can never tell. Why does she do this? I think it's Creamsicle and Miko. So Creamsicle and Miko, these two right here. And just fan everything out. I wanted the undertone on my wedding day, tongue-tied. I wanted the undertone on my wedding today. Did I just do that again? What is wrong with me today? Okay. I'm a mess. Okay, I wanted the undertone on my wedding day to be pretty orange because I was working with so many like browns and dark colors. Orange kind of breaks it up, the chunky eyeshadow. I don't even know if I'm making any sense right now, so just bear with me. And you can take it out as far as you want because you're going to go in with foundation later and concealer, and you can clean up that line, which is kind of the nice thing about starting with your eyes. I recommend it. Next I'm actually going to go in, same brush, I think I'm going to go in with this guy right here. His name is Pooter. So cute, right here. Okay. We're going to go in and keep this lower than I went with the orange colors. Just going to bring on a nice little tone underneath and build into that crease. I'm actually really excited, so I don't know if you can tell because I'm super zoomed in right now, but I'm wearing the robe that I actually wore on my real wedding day. It feels so real. Wish I could go back. So I got them blush colored robes and me a white one. They're about $7 a piece on AliExpress. I'll try to link that below if I can find the exact link. It was a long time ago that I bought them. But yeah, I'll try to link that in so you guys can go find it yourself. I'm gonna take this Anastasia Beverly Hills brush that came with my Modern Renaissance palette. And I'm gonna go in with Soft Glam. And I'm going with the color Rustic. Yeah, wedding day. Jesus Christ. You know, there's so much I could say and so much planning and work that went into my wedding day. For it to just fly by was kind of sad. My husband and I anticipated it so much, and we were so excited and just ready to get to the day that we kind of forgot to stop and take in the little things, like our family being there and being with each other and ignoring the stress that came with it. My God, any bride out there knows. So I'm actually taking the other end now in same color Rustic and just deepening that up. Tight in my actual crease here, just like that. So yeah, we kind of rushed through it and we were just so ready to get there that we didn't stop and take the time to really enjoy what was going on. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the Modern Renaissance palette, color Cypress Umber here in the corner. They actually have this in both the Soft Glam and the Modern Renaissance palettes. I just happen to have both, so let's just a really tiny Morphe M526 brush. Tighten up that crease. I'm gonna just stay in the crease. I'm gonna bring it about 3/4 way through my eye. Darken it up here in the crease. 3/4 way across. Right, Kylie Cosmetics flat brush. What I'm gonna do is actually take this matte Fix Plus and spray it, which I did not do on my wedding day. Kind of regret that. I wish I would have gone back and wet my brush before. I think I was just rushing and super nervous, which is one thing about being the bride yourself. And I'm gonna stay in the center and like outer. I'm not gonna go in that inner corner just yet. Go in with like the lightest color I could possibly find. Becca Vanilla Quartz that I have right here. Staying really close in the corner and kind of cutting out the shape I wanted and kind of blending that into the Vermeer color. Just to give it that real ombre look. There we go. I didn't spray my brush anymore because it's pretty wet. Now what I'm going to do is take this real tiny M562 one more time and just kind of like blend into the outside of that glitter with the brush that, you know, I didn't add anything to it. Just kind of took what was already on it. Oh my God, they're stuck hard. Ah! Oh my God. Oh my God. Ah! So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to take this toner from Olorkensen. I am naturally like really red undertoned, so I'm actually going to take this and like just kind of use this toner on my face. It's a cleanser and a toner, so it really takes off any makeup you like already had on before, which I actually just showered and washed my face. And a lot of times when I do that, I'll still find that there's actually still makeup stuck to my face, which is crazy because I feel like I clean my skin really well. But in reality, I don't. This stuff, I swear by it. It's my holy grail cleanser and toner, and I just absolutely adore it. It's also hydrating, so it's not very drying on your skin. Can't recommend this enough. Now I'm going to take this Tidal Enzyme Cream, Brightening Enzyme Water Cream. Kind of reminds me of the Tatcha Water Cream, but this one's got this like green color to it, which I actually like better than the water cream. Because I'm red and everyone knows green cancels out red, and if you didn't know, green cancels out red, and I will take any extra help I can get at this point. I'll link the link to this and the Olorkensen facial toner below. So now we're going to dive into foundation, which I actually got a spray tan the day right before my wedding, like 2 or 3 days before, so I'd be really tan. Getting married in January, I'm pasty, so you know, anything I can do to help. I actually got a tan from Bronze by the Bay. So if you're local to the southern Houston area, she's incredible. She's very professional. She's good at what she does. She'll tell you all the tips and tricks to keep your tan on and to keep you glowing. She really is wonderful. I can't recommend her enough either. I ended up mixing on my wedding day the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. Love these block letters. And the Born This Way in Warm Nude. And the foundation by Anastasia was in 320N. And I ended up mixing those two, so I'm gonna do that. It's not gonna match me, so don't roast me. Just one pump of this luminous foundation because it is extremely luminous. It is extremely oily. They are not joking when they named it that. Oh my gosh, it helps my awfully dry skin so much. Which if you don't have dry skin, if you're oily, I don't recommend using this foundation because it is oily. Oh my gosh, it's amazing for me. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this, and like I said, it's dark because I was dark on my wedding day. I just figured I'd give you guys a pretty realistic recreation. So next I'm gonna go in with my Tarte concealer again, and I'm gonna mix it with the Bye Bye Under Eye in, what color is this guy? Medium tan, because this foundation is a little darker. Really like, again, my skin's really dry, so I liked how oily the Bye Bye Under Eye is in general. And I'm just gonna do my T-zone under my nose because I lose makeup on my nose and under my nose first, pretty much. That's where it starts to wear. And I'm just gonna take some of this and like mix it in there. Here. Where is my blender? Cool. And I'm just gonna blend this out. Since I knew I was going to be photographed and I didn't want any flashback, I went in with a banana powder. The yellow undertone kind of helps with flashback. You don't look white like a ghost in your pictures. Just something I recommend usually if you're gonna be photographed. I would go in with a banana powder instead of a translucent. Personally, that's just what works for me. Some people may be able to use translucent powder, but I look like a ghost when I use translucent powder. So, oh, it's the Easy Bake loose powder. So this stuff like reminds me, so funny, I like my grandma's makeup. Like when I was a kid and I like go to her house and she'd have all this like extra makeup, like Chanel and crazy stuff under her dresser, or like makeup under her sink counter that she didn't use anymore, and it smells just like this stuff. Amazing, like the memories it brings back. Oh, speaking of that, let's talk about my favorite tip I was given on my wedding day. My photographer actually gave me this tip. It's Allison Ruth Photography. Her name's Allie Hicks. She is amazing. Again, if you're local to like the South Houston area, I can't recommend her enough. I adore her. She's so sweet. But she recommended that I use a perfume on my wedding day that I had never used before. Actually, I'll take a pause here. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe bronzer in Debutante, which this is broken to pieces. I'm devastated when I've had break, but it's a mini and things get bounced around, so it happens. I still use it even though it's broken. I just have to be really careful and like try not to get so much on my face if I'm not careful and chalky. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So anyway, she recommended that I get a perfume that I had never used before, so that when I used it from then on, I would always remember the smell of my wedding day. There we go. I got too much there. That's okay. Just blend it out. Be careful how much you pick up because you can always go in with more. You can't take away. But yeah, so she recommended I get something I had never used before, so I did. I went out and actually, I have it right here, bought the Chanel Chance because I've been dying to try it anyway. And I saved it. I didn't use it. I didn't smell it until I got there on my wedding day. It was still in the box, actually brand new. And she was 100% right, because now every time I wear it, like every day, of course it's been 3 weeks so it's fresh, check back with me on that, but every time I use it I think of like that day right before I was about to walk down the aisle to meet my husband. And that's a tip that I can't recommend enough to other people. I just want to spread the word. Get something you've never used before and use it on your wedding day, because it really works. Every time I spray it, I'm like, there again. So, back to reality. So what I like to do is take a bronzer, more of than like what I use to contour, something a little lighter, maybe a little more warm and sunny, warm undertones, and take it and kind of put it on top and go wider in circular motion to kind of, it gives me like this blended effect, bronzed effect, like I actually am tan. And I just keep going on my forehead here and the temples, and it just, I don't know, in my personal opinion, I find it in pictures to keep you away from that like hard contour line where you're like, wow, it's on your face on the side. So that's just something I like to do. You don't have to do it. If you try it and it doesn't look right on you, I understand, I'm weird. But yeah, that's something I started doing that I actually like. Adding a bronzer on top of a contour that's more of like a deep tone, I'll add the warm tone on top. So, and then I'm gonna go in with the Kylie Cosmetics blush in Barely Legal. And I'm just gonna take that on my cheekbones in upward motions and a little bit on my forehead. It's something I like to do just to even out my face. You definitely don't have to put it on your forehead if you don't want to. I don't put a lot, it's just like light strokes at the end. So next I'm gonna take my Vanilla Quartz again, and I don't know what this is. I've had it for a million years. I have no clue what it is. I think it's Eco Tools. It's one of the first things I ever owned, probably back in high school, before I knew what real makeup was. And I'm gonna take this little guy and dip him in here, and I'm gonna go in my inner corner here, like an inner corner pop of highlight here, a little pop of shimmer. So I actually went in with a, I guess this is liquid eyeliner. This is the NYX Liquid Matte. It's been one of my favorites for 1,005 years. I can't get away from it. It's like my day one. It's been 5 years now and I'm still using it, so you know. And I take a liquid usually first and kind of draw my lines out. So after I got my lines on and straight, I ended up taking a Kat Von D, this is the travel size tattoo liner, and drawing my wing out. I just find it easier to draw with this than with the liquid liner. Eyeliner, if you're not a winged eyeliner person, you could totally skip this step and your makeup will still be gorgeous. I'm going to take Rustic again from the Soft Glam palette, and I'm going to go in under my eye. And then I'm going to go in with Cypress Umber. I actually didn't use these lashes on my wedding day. I actually ended up using the Ardell Wispies, but I have these and I am out of Wispies, which is crazy because I always have Wispies, but it's okay. Beginner's bad luck. That makes sense. I have terrible luck. How I ever ended up with my husband is a mystery because he's an angel. And I'm gonna actually cut this to fit my eyes. I know what will fit my eyes and what won't at this point because I've been doing it for so long. But it's good to like measure to get an idea. What I like to do is take my lash and cut it till it's about like 3/4 covering my eye, and like the inner corner is not, which I'll show you guys. You'll get a better idea of what I'm saying in a second. But that way I can use my inner lashes as my real lashes and it gives it a more natural look. I can't find my tweezers, so I'm gonna do this with my hands. Okay. So I'll keep it about 3/4 of the way out. And then a lot of people ask me why I don't use black glue. I like to use the duo that's white that dries clear, because if it's black I'll make a mess. I'm messy. Your lashes are too long, you need to cut it. No? Just me? Wait for it to dry a little bit before you stick it on, because it's just going to be a wet and a mess. Broadway Eye wispies. I don't know why I thought it was called Kiss. They're similar to the wispies, but they're not as good on quality. Not that Ardell is very expensive either. I think a 2-pack is like $3 or $4. These are kind of similar in price, but I prefer the Ardell wispies. Waterproof mascara, because I cried like a baby. Of course, brides, I always use like a waterproof mascara. So I'm actually gonna go in, this is the one I use on all my brides, is the Falsies. Add some mascara. The reason that I usually put the mascara on after the eyelashes is because sometimes I would do it first in trial and error. I would find that sometimes the lashes would like get stuck under, or they would just be messy or hard because they were already lifted. They would be hard to stick a lash on top of. Oh my gosh, does anyone watch the show Glow Up? Because like I'm obsessed. I remember he gives like a tip when they're doing like, I think it was like the winged liner. And he's like, if you start with your left eye, it's easier to match with your right if you're like right-handed. That's genius. Never thought to do that in my life until I watched the show. Genius. Mouth on the floor, jaw wide open, like, why did I not know this? Highlight, if you are a highlight person, I know some of my brides aren't and some of them are. This is like my secret weapon. I never see anyone talk about it and I don't know why. It's so underrated. It's amazing. It's the Milk highlight, cream highlight and lip. I actually just take this with my finger and kind of like follow my cheekbones, my temples a little bit. And oh my god, it's so pretty. I got this in a Ipsy or Birchbox like 5 years ago and I haven't stopped using it since. And they last forever. I think this is like the second one I've ever bought. And what I do is take on top, which I've had this for a million years too. I need to stop hoarding makeup, but you know, they don't make it anymore. And it's amazing. It's the Becca by Jaclyn Hill, the Champagne Pop, and then I can't remember the name of the other one. Prosecco Pop and Champagne Pop. I'll mix them together and use them on brides because it's so pretty. And I'm gonna take a little tiny fan brush. It's a little fan brush. It's a Morphe M558. Go on top of this and wow. I know you see it because I see it. Hey. Pop of color. You're so cute. Okay. Awesome. Bam. Okay. What I'm gonna do now is a little finishing touch is I'm gonna take the Stila. This is the mini in Diamond Dust. Take a brush that I use to put my eyeshadow on, and I'm gonna pick this off just so it's not so thick going on. And I'm gonna put some chunky glitter. You can skip this if you want something more natural here, just to give it some extra shine because I just wanted to sparkle on my wedding day. And I'm just gonna evenly distribute that like all over where the rest of the glitter is that I went in with. So pretty. Okay, and just like a little bit. I didn't do very much. You could go in with more, you could go in with less, and all of them would be still gorgeous. Okay, so I'm gonna go in setting spray. So I ended up using 2. You can skip this one if you are oily. I don't recommend this product. It is oily. It is straight oil, but this is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. It makes you turn into a pot of oil. It is crazy how oily it is, but I'm just gonna do 3 spritzes because it is so oily. And then I'm gonna take the Morphe setting spray, which this one's the aerosol, which is kind of nice because it doesn't come out in like a jolt. It's light, kind of like a hairspray, aerosol hairspray. And just kind of do a little bit. Once that, while that's drying, I'm actually going to put my lipstick on. And then I'm gonna do my brows very, very last because I wanted them to be extremely perfect. I know most people will do brows first or do brows like while they're doing their eyeshadow. I waited till the very end because I wanted it to be a very, very light brow. I didn't want anything crazy or to change my shape at all. I just wanted it to be natural, so I'm gonna follow that natural shape. And so for my lipsticks, I actually went in with 2 colors and did like an ombre. I went in with Kylie's Malibu and Too Faced melted lipsticks in Child Star. These are both matte. I didn't want to kiss him and leave lipstick on him, which I'm sure he appreciated too. So, and what I'll do is I'll take this cotton swab type stick and I'm gonna add this to the center of my lips, the Child Star. So here we go. So we're gonna go in with these brows and finish this guy up. And I went in with the dip brow in blonde, Anastasia Beverly Hills dip brow in blonde. A little dip brow brush. And I want this to be like really natural. So I'm gonna go in like light with the color and light with the strokes. So that it didn't change my brow shape at all, and it still looked like me. On my wedding day, I just wanted to look like me in the most caked up way possible. If that makes any sense. I like clean these guys up a little bit. Alright, this is the full look. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I'm a married lady. Look at that. It's crazy. I'll link some of the vendors I use below for those of you that are local that are getting married, that are interested in services around the South Houston area in general. But yeah, this is my look. I'll link below, you know, whatever I think of and all the products I used today so that you guys can either recreate or come up with something similar or make your own variation of what I've done here today. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope I see y'all next time. Thanks so much for watching.